39 of those are people that have been hunting me down for fucking 10 years. Hello, welcome back to Lloyd and JD, the best fucking podcast in the world. I am Lloyd.
I'm JD.
Today, it's going to be a short one, I think.
Yeah, a little bit shorter.
I think we're
than
closer to Christmas than we were in the other two episodes that we've just played. After this, I'm setting the order as I say these things to JD. So when you edit, here you go.
I always just go session by session. I mean, to demystify some of Lloyd and JD, we sit down typically, every few weeks and record a few episodes in hopes that we don't miss, 3-4 weeks like we did when we went to Singapore.
Jobs and lives too. So every Saturday got a bit much. Job.
Yeah. And we were recording at one point. I think we were recording like 2 episodes every week and guests and all sorts of stuff. So it got super crazy, but
now it's
we kind of sit down, and that's why Lloyd's been wearing the same brown hoodie for the last 3 weeks.
Jamie's on me all the time anyway because I'm always wearing the fucking brown hoodie. But
I think I've got that kicked down with the black hoodie in the multiple department. Sure. But
as we veer up to Christmas here, the most beautiful time of year where people can let go of their "I'm depressed" or "I hate my life" and finally just be happy, and everyone says Merry Christmas to each other because if you say Happy Holidays to me, I'll just stare at you and be like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about because it's Christmas.
There you go.
So it's a beautiful time of year. I love it. I get ready. JD knows I'm all about it. Pumped up. I love the warmth, the food, the happiness.
Yeah.
And, I know there's people in other countries that don't get to celebrate such a warm celebration because they don't have the money or they're in poverty. And I would love to share this time with them, but I can't. So I just take the most of it for my family, really.
Yeah. No, it's like I said. It's a good time. It's a good time to connect with people that sometimes that you don't connect with during the rest of the year.
Connecting with people. I just like my family.
Yeah.
I'm nice to everyone on Christmas. I like to be nice, but I don't want to connect with anyone.
Yeah.
I just want to be left alone. I want to be nice and warm. If you see me say Merry Christmas, move on with life.
There you go.
No connected.
Yeah.
Don't have time to connect.
No time for connections for Lloyd.
Connecting's weird. Like unless you fucking like. It's like a real good friend, but like if it's a real good friend, you've been in my life anyway, so there's no need to connect with you. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. I mean,
I hate people that like you haven't seen in like 10 years. Like, oh, we should get together for like a coffee or...
It's funny how people drift. Like, I mean, I understand some of it because, I have friends that live in entirely different parts of the country or in different countries altogether.
Stay there.
And... but, I talk to them, on the phone every so often and stuff. I mean, we still have that connection. Obviously, if we're occupying the same town, we'll, meet up and, grab some, beers. And that's kind of, the interesting part is that, when you have good friends like that, when you do, meet up, it's kind of like you get through, it's like, kind of the history, like this is what's happened in the last, 2 years since we've seen each other. And then it's kind of like back to old hats and, kind of things. And
maybe, I don't personally share that experience.
But you haven't been, like, when was the last time they went back to the UK and you visited friends?
I don't have friends in the UK though.
None?
Not that
really. Well, you've probably got a couple. But
it's like Facebook, like I see their lives on Facebook, but I don't talk to on the phone. I haven't spoke to in like fucking 14 years. Like, and you got to understand, when I moved, I was a teenager. Like people change, and you don't know who they are anymore. Like it's not like I wasn't a grown man. We hadn't like sorted out who we were as people. Like I wouldn't even know their interests. I wouldn't know who they are as people. I probably wouldn't recognize the person themselves. I got people that I used to be friends with in England, and I see them and I like, oh wow, he looks old, or wow, he's got 4 kids, or wow, like life has changed so drastically from like being a kid to like having kids and married and like so I don't have that. And then with people I grew up with here, I've always been alone. I'm very opinionated. I'm like Marmite, you fucking hate me or you love me, so and 9 times out of 10 you hate me. So I'm surprised that
I think if people hate you, it's because they just don't understand you, right? And they don't take the time to understand.
They'll take like even certain podcasts, right? And they'll take like my anger against certain things as like I'm an evil person, or I'm a bigot. I've been called that many times, or I'm a racist, or I'm a neo-Nazi. I've been called all sorts of fucked up shit. But yeah, if you know me in person, I have a massive heart.
Yeah.
I just talk in like obviously for every subject you can ever talk about, there is a million grey things in between. Like we can talk about racism and then there's all this grey stuff in between. But like I talk about it like just like on a massive scale. Like when I talk about feminism or talk about something like that, I talk about it on like, you don't see it on a massive scale. You don't see segregated people. You don't see people, you know, beaten and pushed into corners. Yes, you do in small scale. When you go into it, there's still people getting beaten.
If you look at anything, right?
There's always that.
There's always going to be some sort of problem. It's like a house.
But I'm always looking at the bigger thing, and I always do think about smaller things. And I'm an understanding person, and I can have anger. People can see my anger first before they see who I am as a person.
Yeah, I mean, the closer you zoom into anything, like I said, it's like
a
house.
You zoom in, I'm fucking like this.
It's like a house, you know. It's like it looks good from the outside, and then you go in, and then it's like, oh well, you know, the carpet's not quite right, and then you can, you know, even if that's perfect, everything's perfect, you can find something that's wrong with it.
So I always do understand that.
And you don't rip down an entire house to fix one tiny little thing, right?
Yeah, people get the wrong idea of me all the time, but I'm fine with it. I've always been a loner. Yeah. And, you know, even if I have, like, friends, like, I don't see them, like, every day, or I don't, like, and even when we catch up, I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm just a very, you know me, I'm a sheltered person.
And you know me the same way. Like, I operate in, like, my little silo a lot of times, but I venture out of it a fair bit, a lot more than I used to, and, you know... But I think that's good that, you know, people know what they are and do what they do and make no, you know, sort of, you know,
just make
apologies for it, right? Yeah, and, you know.
That's what it is, you know. So.
You know.
But coming into Christmas is good. Stressful times, lots of money spent.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So. Hey, I mean, I know we're not... At the time of this taping, it is the beginning of November. Have you started Christmas shopping yet? Or?
I've already done most of my Christmas shopping.
So same here. And it's the funny thing. I try to get mine out of the way before.
So you can enjoy December. Yeah. What the fuck are you going to the mall for in December? It's crazy.
You know. You can always go to Crossire.
We go to the mall in December just to see the big Christmas tree or to just walk around and have a look. But I'm not doing last minute fucking Christmas shopping. Like I'm not like, oh my God, I didn't buy this. Oh,
because it's a nightmare. I mean, you go to a place like Crossire and you'll be swimming in people.
I love that in people. For me, that's Christmas. Like when you go to the mall and people are like rushing to get one. I know it's materialistic and stuff like that, but I am a very like 90s Christmas. I grew up in the 90s. Yeah. I was born in 91. So people can work out how old I am, even though I've probably said it a million times on the show. So the 90s were big, like old Christmas movies, you know, like, you know, Christmas with the Cranks or whatever, where like they're rushing to have that party and get that ham. I love all that because that's Christmas, you know, like fucking big hams and celebrating and rushing around and snow and, you know, putting up decorations and waving at the neighbor while he's putting up his decorations. You don't have to go over and talk because that's, you know, you've entered my realm of fucking bubble. Now fuck off. A wave, you know. Yeah. Merry Christmas. I like all that. I love all that feeling. I like walking around and seeing all the lights. It's got a really warmth to it. Yeah. Whether or not you're religious and whether or not you're believing in Jesus, so Christmas has warmth. And I just call it Christmas because that's what it's fucking called. None of this Xmas fucking like holiday bullshit. I don't want none of that. I just want fucking regular old Christmas. Santa Claus, Christmas. Yeah. Just fucking normal Christmas, you know? So I love it. Yeah. I love the rushing around. I love the eating. I love, you know, even the Christmas haters, you need them because you got to convert them. That's the whole story of Scrooge, you know what I mean? You got to make them see the love of Christmas. Yeah. You can be as Scroogey as you fucking want. I'm still going to love you. So I like it. I like getting gifts. I like giving gifts. I think it's nice. Yeah. I like to see my daughter put the star on the tree and she loves the tree. And it's, kids, it's awing for kids. Yeah. It's like kids, the best time in the world. Time,
you know.
Whether or not you'll argue that it's materialistic, sometimes it is. But my daughter doesn't get too many gifts. She just loves it for what it is. Yeah. Trees and lights, and you got the zoo lights coming. I love zoo lights. That's a good thing.
It's always good. They got Confederation Park, which is always lit up, which is, you know, there's a lot of good things that go on in the city, you know, around Christmas time. And
Lloyd always gets lots of Warhammer on Christmas.
There you go. So you can, you know, get your green stuff and customize them. And yeah, I took a look at the one that you sent me the other day. Like, I mean, you put a lot of work into those. I mean, it's...
I do. You should see the one I've been working on for like the last 2 months.
There you go.
I've made a base. Like, he lives in like a swampland. I made swamp water. So I went all out.
Wow.
What's the point if you're not going to go all out? Well, I've been learning how to play it, to be honest with you, because I figured, fuck, I've been collecting this for years. I might as well know how it's played. It's quite an intricate game. Like, a lot to it.
Yeah.
So
sad thing is you need a lot of space for it and you need the time for it.
Not really. Actually, I've learned that you don't. Like a lot of the maps are smaller than this table. Like I always thought it was a massive table and you start on each end of it. Yeah. But no, like they even take like smaller tables and they start like right next to each other. That way you're just playing skirmish a quick kind of thing. Game. Yeah. Like, it doesn't have to be this ordeal.
Yeah. That's cool.
So yeah, I've been really into that lately. I've been gaming at all. There's no games really that I'm interested in.
Not even Red Dead Redemption?
No, not my thing. Cowboys and all that shit. It's really not my thing. The first one, I hated the first one. I get it. It's like a game-changing thing. It's like the graphics are amazing. I've seen videos of it. Looks great, but it's not my type of game. Yeah. I won't be buying it. I won't be playing it. The new Battlefield, not interested until they start making like Battlefield 4 again. I don't want to play World War 1 and World War 2. Fucking boring.
Yeah.
I don't want to shoot old guns. So
and they'll get back there. They'll get back to Battlefield 4.
There's nothing striking a fancy for gaming for me this year. I'm going to be honest with you. So if anyone's hoping to game with me this year, probably not going to happen. Not getting Black Ops 4. I've got the games I've got. If you got them, I'll play with them maybe. But I find the crafting and the painting is a better way to spend my time. You never
felt the appeal of Black Ops 4 just to see how it plays like PUBG? Because they definitely have that. I'm not spending the
money, to be honest with you. And I don't want to buy even for $40. No.
Yeah.
Can't be arsed. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Nothing struck my fancy. And I just don't want to spend money on something that I'm just going to play for fucking 15 minutes.
See, I only play the game that you hate, so.
Tanks?
FIFA.
Oh, yeah. I don't hate FIFA. I used to love FIFA. It's just boring. Like, you kept making the same fucking game. You know what I mean? It's like...
you can't really change soccer.
No. And you just, like, make it better. But, like, people get all amped up for it. It's it's a good party game. Like, if you're having like, people over and that...
And that's the thing. I always play with, like, Wick. I always play with Crimson.
But they're not over. I mean, like, if someone's over, it's a good... one to be in the same room as, because you're nail biting and you're fucking playing. Sports games are good like that, but over online, it's boring. I can't do it. I get bored. Can't be arsed.
Yeah,
but I don't hate it.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, Wick and I have a good rivalry going. It's been going on for years. Who can put together the best team and take the championship for the year?
If you enjoy it, it's good. Someone's got to enjoy it, right? Because there's fucking 80 people made that game.
Well, everybody who's got football madness, and I mean, it's one of those games that continually sells.
But I don't know. Maybe it's just a weird phase I'm going through. I'm just not interested in gaming lately. I think it was eating up a lot of my time. I was getting home every night and I was playing Battlefield 4 and it was just eating up a lot of my time. I was doing anything with my time. I was just gaming all the time.
Yeah,
I like the models because I can fart around or making something.
Yeah. Well, you can walk away from that too if something comes up and you're not going to die, lose your spot, all that kind of stuff if you're playing online.
Well, and I'm still physically in the room and in the house hanging out. I'm not just like sectioned away and playing video games involved into the screen.
Yeah.
As much as I love video games, because I always love video games.
Yeah. So you're not even, super excited about like Ark Annihilation.
Sorry, I have no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Instinct.
No, I don't have the time. Yeah. Takes a lot of time to play Ark, and I haven't even really played the last map they brought out. I will be when I get back into gaming. Maybe I'll play Ark again.
Yeah, because they've got the one where it's kind of the end of the world. And,
I've seen that,
Extinction, I think it's called. But
I think I'm just off gaming for a bit.
Yeah,
that's what it is,
and that's totally cool. Well, that's all we got time for this week, as we promised it would be a short episode. Mm-hmm. So
I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
Merry Christmas. It's coming. I'm just gonna keep saying that like every episode up to Christmas.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
Bye.
See ya.